It dominates the Yorkshire landscape. It's the country's largest source of power, but now it's a target for protest.
Clean energy, right now! Clean energy for the future!
Along country lanes this morning came bands of demonstrators. A familiar sight, you might think, but the cause is new. For the first time on this scale, there's a direct challenge to one of the foundations of our society, the power industry. And it didn't all go smoothly.
They told us...
Stop pushing against me, mate, please.
I'm just standing here, I'm not pushing against you.
Some protesters broke away from the official route of the march, crossing fields to approach the power station. Several managed to get into the grounds. And there were arrests. One of our cameramen filmed this demonstrator being bundled into a van, and not too gently either. By the afternoon, the march had arrived outside the giant cooling towers of Drax. Never before has such an ordinary feature of the British economy been singled out like this. Do you really want to close this power station down?
Personally, I just want to make a statement about, how I feel about this issue. I mean, ultimately, yes, all these power stations have got to be closed down, ultimately.
It's only this close that you grasp the scale of this power station, which is why the protesters chose it. As concern about climate change grows, this is the ultimate symbol of our dependence on the fuels that keep adding to the problem. Because this place is Britain's single biggest emitter of the greenhouse gas carbon dioxide. It chucked out nearly 21 million tonnes of it last year. But could we do without it? It generates 7% of the country's electricity, enough to power 7 million homes. Today, Drax was a power station under siege. The people running it say they worry about climate change just like the protesters. But the sudden sense of threat is a shock to them. Is it a worry of yours that protests like this will be repeated?
It's certainly a concern. I'm not sure that Drax is the right station to target, though. We are the cleanest and most efficient coal station in the UK, and I would hope that next time they choose a different target.
So there's now a new environmental rallying cry.
What do we want? No more roads!
Previous actions to stop new roads usually failed. The fight against nuclear power has suffered a reverse recently as well. But the campaign against genetically modified food struck a chord with the public, and that's the key to the future of this campaign. Do people worry about global warming enough to really want to change how they get their power? David Shukman, BBC News, at Drax in Yorkshire.